Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to willyoupressthebutton.com. Finally come back to this, and unfortunately, the first dilemma we see again concerns immortality, which I have done so many times I don't want to be immortal, especially considering the fact that I'll see a monster every time I look in the mirror. And what's more, if you look behind you while standing in front of the mirror, you'll be ripped apart, which kind of defeats the point of being immortal if you can still die, unless you'll still be alive after being ripped apart, which I would not want happening. Not to mention, in the mirror, I don't know. Okay. You can watch, read, play any book, show, game you want, but the ending is spoiled before you start. Depends. I probably use it for games most often, and if it's a story heavy game then I wouldn't really want the ending spoiled. But what about if it's a non-story game? For example, what if I wanted to play Overwatch? That doesn't really have a story mode, doesn't really have anything much to spoil. Or RimWorld, or Prison Architect. Anything that doesn't really have, well, Prison Architect does have sort of a story mode now in an update, but I'd press the button but only use it to get video games which don't have much of a story to spoil. And of course there's a good old Han Solo dies. A dilemma though. Okay. You gain unlimited teleportation powers, but there is a change. Something will be missing when you land, ranging from your phone to one of your limbs. So if you kept losing your limbs every time you teleported, there'd eventually be nothing left. Or what if you lost your head? I'd love to be able to teleport, but not if I'd lose personal possessions or parts of my body if I did teleport. Good dilemma, though. You have all the knowledge in the world, but you lose all of your childhood memory. People who have had traumatic childhoods probably wouldn't have much to lose in this. Having all the knowledge in the world, wouldn't that be information overload? I've got some rather pleasant childhood memories, I would rather not lose them. Although if I had all the knowledge in the world, how would I don't know. You gain the ability to go anywhere in the world in the blink of an eye. Oh, for goodness sake, another immortal one? The only people left on Earth are Justin Bieber, Adolf Hitler, that one skank from your high school, and Dolores Umbridge. No. Being immortal with Hitler and Dolores Umbridge? No. Besides, Hitler's dead and Umbridge is a fictional character. No. Twitter is erased from existence, but they all moved to Tumblr. I use Twitter. Or, kind of. I don't really, but I follow people who use it. Don't use Tumblr. Wouldn't use it. Ugh. You have free amazing coffee readily available at all times. It's served to you by a handless butler who spills it half the time. Does he serve it to you by holding a tray in between the stumps of his hands? Or on top of the stumps of his hands by holding them together? Thing is, I don't drink coffee, so this doesn't really matter to me. Never drunk coffee, and I don't really intend to start. Plus, if it keeps on being spilled, it kind of defeats the benefit of having free coffee. You can read minds, but you can never forget the negative things others think about you. Well, if someone says something negative about me, I tend to remember it anyway. But I suppose if you're the kind of person who doesn't care at all what other people think of you, then it wouldn't really affect them. Reading minds. If I could control that ability to the point where I wouldn't be overwhelmed by the sudden influx of voices and of information, might not be that bad. Be like Professor X or Charles Xavier. You will never die from natural causes, but you age like a normal person. So, technically immortality in the sense that you won't die from age or disease or anything. But if you still age, then you'll eventually just become a sort of massive old wrinkly flesh that's just barely hanging on to life. I wouldn't want that. No. Just be like the face of Bo. Yeah. Suppose I could just have someone shoot me when I get tired of life. You can kill anyone on the planet by thinking about it, but every time you do so, your lifetime is halved. I suppose I could use that ability and sort of use it once or so. It's one big mega terrorist or the leader of ISIS or whatever, but if say I live to the age of 80, that means I'd die at 40 if I did that, which is a pretty young age. Or if I were to die, say at 70, then I wouldn't only make it to my mid-30s or so. If I use it to kill someone who bring a lot of pain and suffering to lots of innocent people, I suppose it'd be worth it if I save lots of people. I'd only use it once or twice. At a minimum. No maximum. You gain the ability to start world peace, but you die once it starts and are unable to see what mankind accomplishes. I suppose that'd be worth it if I essentially make the world a utopia. Lose one life for the benefit of billions. I'll do that. Get every movie/TV series you've ever wanted. Before you watch any, you must watch a 30-minute loop of the head-on commercial. I don't think I've seen the head-on commercial. I guess it's something bad? I'm not really that much into movies or TV series. That doesn't really matter to me. So far, I don't think I've been pressing the button all that much. I've been only a couple of occasions. You will be the best player of your favourite video game and be slightly famous from it. All the money you make from playing it in competition will be burned in front of you after you win. I suppose I could just put my gameplays on YouTube and have the monetization royalties from the viewership, and you can't exactly burn virtual money unless they just have it deleted. I'm not sure what my favourite video game is. I like Killing Floor 2 right now, but nah. So that's close to 50-50. Justin Bieber will stop singing forever and all his music will be outlawed. You have to listen to all his songs on a loop for 24 hours first. Thing is, I'm beyond all the Justin Bieber hate. I was pretty apathetic to him the whole time, and I mean, some of his songs that I hear on the radio, his more recent ones, I don't think they're horrible. They're just songs, not brilliant, but not horrible. Just, I guess most people, they either just follow the bandwagon of hating him or just hate him as a person, which I can understand. He's done some pretty iffy things, but you write the most enjoyable song possible, but you don't get to hear any other song for the rest of your life. Even if it's the most enjoyable song possible, you'll no doubt get sick of it if you listen to it again and again and again and again and again and again. And the song Happy by Pharrell Williams, that was very critically acclaimed and lauded, but hearing it on the radio again and again and again, you get sick of it, no matter how good it is. So no, I'd like to hear a bit of variety in music, thank you. You can bring anyone you love back to life, however someone else you love will die. So, you earn one, you lose one. So no matter what, you still lose someone you love. I suppose it'd be a case of hopefully bringing back someone that you really, really love and losing someone that you don't really, really love as much. But that's a very kind of ruthless and pragmatic way of thinking about it. Ugh. Nah, I don't really like having to make those kinds of decisions. So, people in comments make an interesting prospect of bringing them back for a while, then, I don't know, having a cycle. Bleh. No. Not too good with those kind of dilemmas. Just moving on. You will become a champion among humans. You will bring eternal peace and prosperity to the human race. But your name and face would fade from existence, and you will receive no reward for what you've done, including any sort of publicity. Well, eternal peace and prosperity to the human race. I wouldn't really mind not getting anything. I have my own personal satisfaction of bringing eternal peace and prosperity to the human race. And after that, I'll just fade into the shadows like an unsung hero. That's worth it. Yeah. You can go to any fictional world you want to go to, back and forth, anytime, anywhere, but I'll remember nothing from it. Who knows? Maybe I did press this button and then I did get that ability, and I've gone to Narnia and Hogwarts and Middle-earth and all those places, but I have gone to them, I just don't remember it. Who knows? But no. What's the point of going to them if you don't remember anything from it? Unless you go to actually... Because if you go to Hogwarts and learn magic, you'll instantly forget everything. So there's no real point. It's kind of like being constantly surrounded by the silence from Doctor Who. You will become omnipotent, able to do whatever you please as you will, but you'll also be insane. Not sure if that really defeats the point of being omnipotent, since you'll be too insane to do anything rational. In fact, if you become insane, you'll probably do some really bad things, like blow up a whole load of buildings or wipe out an entire species, or an omnipotent insane person would not be a good thing to happen. How many times have I pressed the button? 3 times? 4 times? Ugh. I'm not really even taking that much note of the statistics. It seems to be normally either split close to 50-50 or 70% one way. You have the ability to control anything with your mind, but every time you do, you get an almost unbearable headache. I suppose I could, so kind of a telekinesis. Because if people could do that, I could imagine them getting bad headaches if they tried to do anything beyond their ability. But if we assume it's something like telekinesis, I could sort of pick things up and manipulate them. I could use it sparingly, say to save a life. If a car accident is about to occur, say someone pulls out in front of me or in front of someone else, I can use my ability and move the cars out of the way and save some lives. Or if a plane is about to crash, I could sort of use my ability and have it come gently to rest in the water or on an open field and save all the passengers or stuff like that. And the headache would hopefully eventually go away. I'll just take a whole load of aspirin or something, but yeah, I'd take that ability. But you know, I'm going to end it there on me actually pressing the button for once. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching this episode of Will You Press the Button, and I'll hope to see you next time in whatever I happen to do.